Off we go. Okay, so we're going to start in a nice strong standing posture, grounded through the feet. And we're just going to start super simple, just by shifting side to side, exaggerating that movement by lifting up through the sides of the feet. And then we're going to shift forward and back onto the toes, onto the heels. So we're going to gradually increase the amount we raise up onto the toes, and we're pressing down through the big toe, activating through the undersides of the feet and through the calves. We're taking that right up and just making sure we're really connecting that big toe to the ground of those big toes. And at the top, we should be able to hold it, feeling strong. We're going to do one more of those. Okay, settle into a centered position. We're going to stand on one leg. We're going to lengthen through the supporting side, and then we're just going to lift and circle through that ankle. Nice big full circles. And then we're going to change direction. Okay, and we'll change to the other side. Lengthen through the supporting side, nice and strong, big full circles through the ankle. And then we're going to change direction. Okay, relax down. The next exercise, single-sided exercise. So we can do one of two things. We'll kind of go level 1, level 2. So level 1, we're going to draw the knee to the chest, draw that all the way up, and then we're going to take the leg back, step it back, heel grounded. We take the arms up in front of us. Okay, power that leg back up, knee to chest. So the goal is to be able to create one fluent movement. Okay, so it comes up, knee to the chest, step it back, hands to the sky. Level 2, knee to the chest, step it back, knee to the ground, hands to the sky. We power it back up. So again, the key here is fluency of movement. Hands to the sky. Power it up. Knee to the chest. We're going to do one more. Down we go. Hands to the sky. Power it up. Knee to the chest. And then we're going to switch to the other side. So we'll all start with level 1, and then if you want to take it to level 2, you can. So it's bringing that knee right up to the chest, stepping it back, rounded through the heel, arms to the sky. We power it up, knee to the chest. We step it back, heel to the ground, hands to the sky. We power it up. Step it back, hands to the sky, heel to the ground, level 2, knee to the chest. Step it back, knee to the ground, hands to the sky, power it back up, knee to the chest. Step it back, knee to the ground, hands to the sky, power it back up. Once more. Nice fluent movement. Power it up, knee to the chest. Okay, relax the legs down, narrow stance. We're going to glide the hands down to the knees, and we're just going to circle through the knees. Again, fluency of movement. Notice what's going on at the feet. We'll try and keep the feet as grounded as possible. We just also notice the movement through them as well. And then we're going to change our direction. Bring it into a standing position. We're going to do a little bit of work through the shoulders. So we're going to roll the shoulders to begin with. So we glide forward, up and over, and then open through the chest. So we're getting that nice glide of the shoulder blades around the rib cage. We lift up and over, and then we open through the chest. Just bear with me a second. Ooh, I don't know what that was. Okay. So nice big shoulder rolls. Okay, so the next sequence of movements is going to be about posture, shoulder, engagement and stability. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is place hands behind the back. Ideally, we're going to clasp the fingers together. Okay, but you can just hold your hands together if that's easier. Okay, and we're going to do 2 movements. So we're going to do a shoulder extension, and then we're going to do an chest opener. Okay, so start strong standing posture, grounded through the feet, a little bit of engagement through the core center, and we're going to take the hands as far back as we can. Okay, we draw it back down, and then we're going to squeeze the shoulder blades together, a little bit of a lift through the rib cage, a little bit of a lift through the chest. The hands are touching the lower back or the bottom, and we relax. Okay, so we take Tiggy, get down. Tiggy, hands back. Extend through the shoulders. We relax back down, squeeze the shoulder blades together, open through the chest, get a little lift through the rib. And relax. Okay, extension through the shoulders, the hands come back. We relax down. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, open through the chest. And we're going to do that once more. Take the hands back, shoulder extension. We draw it down. We squeeze the shoulder blades together. Okay, relax. The hands down. Okay, so the next exercise, we're going to take the hands out to the side. Okay, palms facing forward. And we're just going to gently take those arms out to the side. Okay, from here, we're going to bend through the elbows, and we're going to draw the elbows behind the back and squeeze them together as if we're drawing the elbows together. Okay, we take the arms out. We draw it down. We squeeze the elbows behind the back together. And then we extend the arms out. Okay, we squeeze together. We take it out. We squeeze together. We take it out. And we're going to do that once more. Squeeze it together. And take it out. Amazing. Just relax those arms down. We're going to take a wide stance with the feet. Okay. And we're going to just place the hands behind the back. Okay. And you can just hold the hands together or again, clasp the fingers. And we're going to take a bow with a wide stance. So we take a bow and we lift it up. Okay. So the idea is we stay nice and evenly balanced over the 3 points of the feet, big toe, little toe and heel. So we're trying not to sit the bottom back, okay? We're tipping through the hips. And when we do that, and we try not to shift back, we're loading through the hamstrings and glutes. we'll get an engagement with the spinal muscles. Okay, so the back of the body is working hard. And you can see that I'm trying not to curl through the chest. Okay, sit through the hips. And then we draw it back up. Through the hips. And draw it up. And we're going to do that once more. Okay, and the next thing we're going to do is take one hand behind the back. We're going to tip through the hips, and we're going to allow the other arm to relax down. Okay, so imagine that's a nice weighted arm. From here, we're going to circle the arm, and you can actually see that I've got that moving by a gentle shift through the body. Okay, so I'm trying not to use the arm to move the arm. Yeah, it's a gentle shift through the body to cause that momentum to circle through the arm. So if you're ever experiencing any shoulder impingement, any pain, discomfort, this is a really nice one to do. Okay, just imagine that arm's heavy right down to the fingertips. Okay, and then we're going to stand that back up and we're going to switch to the other side. So arm behind the back, take a bow, tip through the hips, relax that arm out in front of you. And then we're going to create a circular movement, or wherever the arm wants to swing really. Okay, and we're going to try and do that using a gentle shift through the body. So if you find the arm kind of moves in a different direction to what a circle is, then don't worry. Yeah, just allow it to relax and swing. Okay, bring it up into a standing position. One more exercise to do that's going to work through the shoulders before we move on to the next exercise. So we're going to take the hands behind the back and up the back. Okay, from here we're going to glide the arms round, up and over, and we place the hands at the back of the head. From here, we draw the elbows together to touch. We open out through the elbows. The arms come down and they come up behind the back. Okay, we go again. Glide it down. Arms come up, hands behind the head. Elbows meet in the middle. We open out through the elbows, and then we're going to draw the arms down and up and behind the back. Okay, we go again. The arms come up, overhead, hands behind the head, draw the elbows forward, touch, open out through the chest, bring the arms down. Amazing. Okay, so from there, we're going to take ourselves into a wider, like a squat stance, but slightly wider than a squat stance. Okay, so I'm kind of about this position, yeah? So we're going to roll down through the spine, one vertebrae at a time, into the chest, roll down through the spine, one vertebrae at a time. And at the bottom here, we're going to take hold of the tippy toes. Angle the camera a little bit better so you can see the whole movement. Okay, so I'm going to take hold of the tippy toes and kind of anchor the fingers with the toes. Okay, so from here, I'm just going to bend through the knees and then lift it back up. So you can see, to begin with, I'm not doing a huge movement. I'm just bending through those knees and then drawing it back up. Okay, so bending through those knees, drawing it back up. Now, if you want to start taking it into a deeper movement, we take it down into the squat, and then we draw it back up. If this isn't for you, you need to support the spine a little bit through flexion. You can take the hands on the knees and you can bend and then draw it back up. Okay? If we can, we'll take that down into that squat, power it back up. We're anchoring through, anchoring the fingertips to the ground through the feet. Squat, power it. We're going to do one more of those. We power it back up. And then we're going to roll up through the spine into that standing position. Okay, wide through the feet, hands on the hips, and we're just going to circle through those hips. So we take it to the side, open forward, side, scoop it round. So just really nice for the hips. Really nice before we take it down onto the mat. Okay, and with this one, I don't want you to think, well, am I doing it right or wrong? Just think about that nice circle through the pelvis. Try and keep the upper body fairly still. There is some movement, there is some shift, but we're trying not to move through the upper body, okay? The movement comes through the pelvis and the hips. Scoop it around. We change direction. Okay, so nice big circles through the pelvis and hips. Super nourishing exercise. And then we relax, bring it into a narrow stance. We take it down into the 4-point kneeling position. Okay, so onto the knees, hands down in front of us. Okay, and we're just placing the toes down onto the ground. Okay, so from here, we're just going to step the hands forward slightly. We're going to do an exercise that lowers the wrists, shoulders, and we get a nice release through the back of the body. Okay, so we're going to lift up through the knees, take it into that downward facing dog. Ease the heels down, tailbone back. Pressing down and away through the heels of the hands. Okay, which means we get a nice strong position. Okay, from here, nice and slowly, we're going to lower the knees back down. So super simple, yeah? That downward facing dog, we keep it slow and steady. We lift through the knees. Ease the heels down, tailbone back, press down and away into the ground with the heels of the hands. So we get a strong position through the shoulders. Okay, and then nice and slowly, we're going to lower those knees down. So we've got one more like this, and then we'll modify it. So we lift up into the downward facing dog. Ease the heels down. Press down and away through the heels of the hands. Feel those shoulders engage. Lower the knees. Okay, so the next variation of this is we're going to do exactly the same, lift the knees, but we're going to keep a bend in the knees. Okay, so we lift the knees and we shift the weight back. So we're pressing down and away through the heels of the hand. We maintain that knee bend. We then draw back to center. Nice and slowly lower those knees down. Okay, so we're really focusing on loading through the wrists and the shoulders. Okay, lift the knees, keep the bend, shift the weight back, press down and away through the heels of the hands. Feel that nice strong position through the shoulders. We shift it forward, nice and slowly we lower the knees down. We're going to do that once more. Lift the knees. Keep the bend in the knees, shift the weight back, press down and away through the heels of the hands. Draw it forward, lower the knees down. We're just going to sit the bottom back into the child's pose position. So bottom back to the heels if you can. If we need to modify this position, you can lift the bottom away from the heels, rest the head on the hands. If kneeling for this position is not great, then just take yourself into a seated position, whatever works for you. The goal is to be able to hold the child's pose position comfortably though. And to be able to do that, you need to practice. So we take a moment to breathe, nice big full breaths. Just allowing the body to connect with the ground and just relax down into the mat. Letting go of any tension. And using the breath to really allow for some relaxation through the body. From there, we're going to take ourselves into a high kneeling position. And we're going to take one foot out to the side. So if kneeling isn't a great option for you, you can use back of a sofa, piece of furniture, and we're going to do a variation of thread the needle. So we'll take it round, glide it through. Everybody else who is able to kneel comfortably, we're going to take one foot out to the side and we're going to ground the foot. We're going to take the arms out to the side and we're reaching away from the outstretched leg. So we glide away from the outstretched leg. And once we've reached the end of that, that point where we can't go any further, we tip. Okay, so fingertips to the sky and one hand grounded. From here, we're going to use the top hand and we're going to glide it between the grounded hand and knee. And then we take the hands right back up to the sky. Okay, make sure we return it right to that start position. We glide it through. And then bring it all the way back up. We glide it through. Bring it all the way up. We're going to do that once more. Glide it through. Bring it all the way up the sky. Okay, from here, we lift up and out of that and we switch to the other side. Okay, so the foot comes out, we ground the foot, length through the supporting side, arms out to the side. And we're going to shift away from the outstretched leg, place the hand down. And then we're gliding the top hand between the grounded hand and knee. We glide back through. We take the hand to the sky. And go again, we glide back through. Take the hand to the sky. We glide it through. We're going to do one more repetition. Hands to the sky. We glide it through. Then we're going to take ourselves into a seated position with the legs out in front of us. And we're just going to start very simply by placing the hands down flat behind us and opening through the chest. Take a moment to breathe. Make sure we're relaxing through the legs, rounded through the hips. Just breathing our nice big full breaths. Okay, so from there, we're going to take ourselves into a nice tall position. Let me just adjust this camera a little bit more so it counts for me being on the ground. Okay, so legs out in front of us, lift and lengthen through the spine. We're going to do a nice bow and arrow movement through the arms. We need to maintain this level of position through the spine. We're going to take both hands out in front of us, palms together, and we're going to take our right hand and we're going to glide it past the left and we're going to reach forward. From there, we draw it back to center, length through the spine. We're going to continue the movement by drawing the elbow back, and then we glide it forward, yeah? So right hand glides past the left, we reach, bring it nice and tall, draw the elbow back, and rotate that round. And glide it forward, all the way forward. Draw the elbow back, and then we're going to do one more. Okay, from there, again, place the hands down behind us, lift and open through the chest, relax through the hips, relax through the legs, nice and grounded. Okay, lift into that L shape. We're going to go do the other leg now, other arm. So right hand stays still, left hand glides all the way forward. Take it nice and tall, draw the elbow back, and glide it all the way forward. Reach. Take it nice and tall, that nice L shape through the body. Draw the elbow back. And reach forward and glide. Sit nice and tall. Draw the elbow back. And we're going to do that once more. Glide it forward. Sit nice and tall. Draw the elbow back. Amazing. From there, we bend the knees, ground the feet, and we're just going to place the hands down behind us, fingertips pointing backwards to begin with, if we can. Alternatively, you can take the hand in a position that faces the fingertips out to the side. Okay, so we're just opening through the chest. We've got that nice upside down W. Great position for the shoulders. If you want a little bit more from this, you're just going to shift your bottom forward and just ask for a little bit more extension through those shoulders. So just be very aware if you do have any sensitivity around the shoulders, just create a very gentle shift, if any at all. Hold that. Just gently shift back, lift out of that position. We're just going to prep ourselves for the next exercise. So we'll do a level 1, level 2, and level 3. So level 1 is just getting the shoulders used to increase load in an extended position. Yeah. So hands come down behind us. My hand position of choice is to point the fingertips out to the side, but go with what feels comfortable for you. Okay. Level 1, we're going to press the hands down into the mat and gently, the bottom isn't lifting off the ground, but I'm putting more weight through my hands. Okay, so the bottom is still the connection with the ground, but I'm taking less weight through the bottom, more weight through the shoulders and wrists and hands. And then we release. You can see from the camera, it doesn't even look like I'm doing anything. I'm pressing down through the hands, setting the shoulders in a good position, gently taking the weight off the bottom while loading the hands more. Okay, that's level 1. Level 2, we lift the bottom a couple of inches off the ground. We hold that there 5 seconds or a couple of nice big full breaths, and then we lower it down. We reset the shoulders. Okay, when you're ready, you lift a couple of inches off the ground, strong position with the shoulders. We hold and then we lower. Remember, we can do a couple of nice big full breaths for 5 seconds. Level 3. Okay, set the shoulders in a nice position. The bottom comes right up. Okay, squeeze through the glutes at the top, and then nice and slowly we lower that down. We reset the shoulders. Okay, bottom to the sky, squeeze through the glutes. Nice and controlled, we lower that down. Okay, we reset the shoulders. We go again. We go, squeeze through the glutes. Nice and slowly, we lower that down. Reset through the shoulders. And we're going to do one more. Here we go. Squeeze through the glutes. Lower it down. Okay, we lift up and out of that. We're just going to take the legs into a crossed position. We're going to clasp the hands together, tuck the elbows into the side, and we're just going to roll through those wrists. Because they've accepted a nice little bit of load through the wrists. Is good. And then we change direction. We're rolling through those wrists. It's good, relax the hands down onto the knees. And we're going to take the chin to the chest, and we're going to roll the ear to the shoulder. The chin comes back down to the chest and we roll to the other side. So we're creating a semicircle. So chin to the chest, ear to the shoulder. If you're a little bit restricted through the neck, then it might feel quite challenging to do this. Okay, but hopefully you can create a nice, smooth, fluent movement where you're getting release through the back side, back and the side of the neck. If you want a little bit more from this, you can create a big full circle by rotating all the way around. If you know your neck is quite sensitive, then just stick with the semicircle. Otherwise, we alternate direction and we create that big full circle. Remember, the arms are relaxed down, hands are on the knees. Nice big full circles, or the semicircle, whatever suits you. And we'll bring ourselves back to the center. Okay. So the legs come out in front of us, and we're just going to start by rotating side to side. So this is our level 1. This is nice and fluent, fairly low level. And we're getting some nice rotation through those hips. Good. Okay, so from there, if we want to take it So it's a little bit more challenging. We're going to widen the stance so it takes us into the split stance. Sorry, split leg position. We're definitely not standing. Split leg position. Okay, so same hand as the back leg. We're going to reach all the way forward in the direction of the front leg. Okay, and from there, we draw it up and over. We reach with the other hand to the other side. We reach all the way forward. Okay. We bring it up and over. And we reach. And then we bring it up and over again. So this should be fairly familiar to you. We're looking at creating a fluent movement. As fluent as possible. We lift that up and over. And then we reach. Up and over. We're going to do one more on each side. Up and over. Up and reach. On the final repetition. Up and over. And reach. Good. Okay. So we're going to take ourselves down onto our back. Look at the knees to the chest. Give them a little wiggle. Massage that lower back into the mat. Okay, so we're going to relax the legs down, feet rounded, knees bent. So we're going to combine two movements. Okay, we're going to straighten one leg. Okay, and we're going to allow that leg to feel heavy, like a big, like a piece of lead. Okay, so gentle engagement through the core center, grounded through the foot. Okay, and we're going to lift that big, heavy leg up so that the thighs are in alignment. And then we're going to lower that down. Okay, the slower we go, the heavier we visualize that leg, the harder the exercise. We switch to the other side, just so we can get that feeling of the movement. So imagine that straight grounded leg is as heavy as a piece of lead, yeah? So we engage the core, we lift the leg up, the thighs are in alignment, and then we lower that down. Okay, so now we're going to add a little bit more in. We'll switch to the other side. Okay, nice heavy leg. Lift it, engage the core, lift, 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 nice and slowly until the legs are in alignment. Okay, then we're going to roll under through the pelvis. We're going to lift the pelvis to the sky, squeeze through the glutes at the top, and then we're going to roll it back down. Okay, so I'll give you another option here. If that's too challenging, okay, we lift the leg like we did to engage the core, strong, strong, strong. Once the thighs are in alignment, you place the foot down and you work through the normal shoulder bridge. Okay, so that's the option you can use if it's too challenging. Okay, we switch to the other side. Okay, engage the core. Heavy, heavy leg. Lift that up nice and slowly. Nice alignment through the thighs. Scoop the tailbone under. Lift the pelvis to the sky. Squeeze through the glutes at the top. And then we roll it back down. We switch to the other side. Okay. Heavy leg. Lift it all the way up. thighs are in alignment. Scoop the tailbone under. Notice that supporting side, the grounding of the foot, the squeeze of the glutes. We roll it back down. Okay, one thing I did miss out is lowering that leg back down before we switch. Okay, but it doesn't really matter. Find your flow with the exercise. We switch to the other side. Engage the core, ground the foot, lift that leg. Nice and heavy, nice alignment. Scoop the tailbone under. Pelvis to the sky, squeeze through the glutes. Roll it back down. Lower that leg. Amazing. We're going to lengthen through the legs, the arms overhead, and just create nice length through the body. Draw the belly button towards the spine so we get that nice release through the rib cage. And we stretch everything out. Nice big full stretches. And then we're going to take the arms out to the side, bend the knees, and we're just going to rotate. So lower the knees over to one side, draw back to center, and take it to the other side. So nice low level. Okay. Fluent movement. Roll through that pelvis. Take it over to the other side. Roll and rotate. We're going to do one more on each side. Go back to center. Okay, so now we're going to do an abdominal exercise, a core exercise. We're going to straighten one leg and we're going to have one knee bent. The knee that's bent, the same sided hand, we're going to take the fingertips to the sky. I'm going to switch this over just so you can see what's going on the other side. Right, I've got my left knee bent, my left fingertips to the sky. Okay, I'm going to reach the fingertips up towards the sky and I'm going to use the other hand and arm to assist me on taking it up into a seated position, tall through the spine. And then I'm going to roll, take down nice and slowly in control. Okay, so I'm reaching the fingertips to the sky. I'm going to focus on engaging through my abdominals. Okay, so fingertips to the sky, engage through the abdominals, use the arm to assist you if you need it, bring it into a tall position. And roll it back down, maintaining control. Okay, here we go again. Reach the fingertips to the sky, engage the abdominals. Okay, and then we roll that up, lift to the sky, and we roll it down, maintain control, and bring that down. And we're going to do one more of those. Okay, fingertips to the sky, engage through the abdominals, reach it up, 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 and then we roll it back down. Okay, and then we're going to switch to the other side. Okay, my right knee is bent, the foot is grounded, my right fingertips are coming to the sky. Okay, reach, I use the other arm to assist me, but I'm engaging through the abdominals, and we bring it into that tall seated position, and then we roll it back down. We go again, reach your fingertips to the sky. Use those abdominals, use the other arm to assist us, but we're looking at fluency, control, really utilizing the whole body to create a super efficient movement. We roll it all the way back down. We're going to do one more. Now, with this being a single-sided exercise, you might find there's a bit of a difference from one side to the other. It's totally normal, okay? But this is where we start to notice any weaknesses or imbalances through the body, okay? And that's a really good thing. So from there, just going to hook the knees to the chest, give them a little wiggle, massage that lower back into the mat. We're going to we're going to keep the knees there, take the fingertips to the sky, and then we're just going to take those arms overhead. So depending on posture, okay, and mobility, will be dependent on whether you can get those arms all the way back and relax to the ground. If you can, relax the arms down and take a moment there and notice how it feels, okay? If you are unable to get the arms down onto the ground, take it to your range of movement, okay, your full range of movement, and then bring it back up. So you keep it moving, okay? We don't force a movement. We repeat it within our range of movement, and then we ask for a bit more. Okay, we're going to do one more. And then we're going to take hold of the ankles, or the lower legs, and just encourage the knees out to the side. And then we're going to press the feet to the sky. We get a nice curve through the lower back, nice release through the back of the legs. Amazing. Okay, we relax everything down, and we're going to take ourselves into a nice comfortable position, wherever that may be. You don't have to stay perfectly still for this. You can stretch, you can move, you can do whatever feels right for you at this moment in time. But the idea is we're just going to give ourselves just a moment to create some headspace where we can really focus on our breathing pattern, and we can really focus on relaxation through our body. So the first thing we're going to do is get ourselves into a comfortable position. We can keep our eyes open and focused on one point, or we can close our eyes. And we're just going to notice our breathing pattern. So if we're feeling a bit stressed, worried, hectic, busy, then our breathing rate will increase. So we'll have shorter, shallower, quicker breaths. Our goal is to create a deep, relaxed breath. And it's really, it's a really powerful tool to create a state of calm through the mind and the body. So as you breathe in, I want you to imagine you're filling your body with air like a balloon, get a rise through our tummy. And then as you breathe out, we allow our body to relax down into the mat. So we're just going to create a slightly longer breath out than our breath in. Again, another great way of creating a sense of calm through the mind and body. It's a longer breath out than the breath in. And then between our breath in and our breath out, we're going to add a pause. So we're going to take our breath in and we're going to pause for a moment. And then we're going to take our long breath out. And then we pause for a moment. I want you to find your natural flow, your natural rhythm to your breath. So we're just going to do a body scan to help us relax to our body. And if there's any areas where we're holding a little bit of tension, they're a great way to help move that away. So we're going to take our awareness to our feet and our toes, our ankles, our knees and our hips. We notice the gentle rise and fall of our tummy as we breathe in and out. We draw awareness to our fingers, thumbs, hands and wrists, our elbows and our shoulders. We draw awareness to our neck and jaw, the muscles of our face, our eyes and forehead. We draw awareness back to our flowing rhythmical breath. We give our fingers a wiggle, we give our toes a wiggle, open our eyes, and then we're just going to draw our knees towards our chest, give them a little wiggle, and then we're going to bring ourselves into seated position. We're going to take our legs out in front of us, our hands down behind us, relax through the hips, relax through the legs, and open through the chest. A couple of nice big full breaths to finish. And done. Sit.